He wakes at 5:30 in a Whitechapel lodging house, stirring on a straw mattress that smells of damp wool and old sweat. The room is narrow, the rafters low, and around him other shapes still breathe in the dark. A costermonger, a match seller, an old dock worker who coughs through the night. A single candle gutters on a wooden crate beside him, casting amber light across the soot-stained wall. He reaches for a clay jug of cold water, splashes his face, winces. The water tastes of clay and rust. For 4 pence a night he has the right to lie here no more. The lodging house-keeper locked the outer door at 10 and won't unlock it until 5. He has 20 minutes to dress before they charge another halfpenny for overtime. He pulls his cap low and picks up his broom. The crossings won't sweep themselves. He walks to the rag fair in the pre-dawn fog. The cobbles slick under his bare feet. The market is already stirring. A soot-stained brass cellar hunched behind a stall of broken handles, scrap iron, second-hand clothes that smell of lye and lard. He has come for a new broom. The old one's bristles are worn to nubs, and a sweeper with a soft broom is a sweeper with no trade. He examines 3, running his thumb across the birch. The seller wants 2 pence. The boy offers a penny farthing. They settle on 3 halfpence, paid in copper from his pocket. A broom is his only capital. A good one lasts a fortnight. A bad one splinters in a week. He chooses carefully, the way a man twice his age might choose a horse. He tucks it under his arm and walks toward Cheapside. He takes his position at the crossing where Cheap meets Bread Street. The mud here is thick, horse dung, sweepings from the night soil men, the grey slurry that Londoners call pudding. He sweeps a clean path across, 3 feet wide, and waits. The custom is old. By law, householders are meant to sweep the pavement outside their own doors, but few bother, and so the poor sweep the crossings and ask a halfpenny of those who pass. Most give nothing. A gentleman in a hurry might toss a farthing. A lady with clean skirts is more generous. A hansom cab rolls past, splashing his ankles. He waits for it to clear, sweeps the new mud away, and waits again. The crossing must look clean when the office clerks come at 8. They are his best customers, and they pay best when the path looks swept for them. An hour later, he has 11 pence in his pocket, and a hunger that bites. He cuts through a narrow lane off the old city to find the money changer, a swarthy man in a greasy waistcoat who keeps a table against a soot-blackened brick wall. The boy lays out his coppers. He wants 1 silver thaler, a Maria Theresa, the coin the pilgrims and the foreign merchants trust, to keep hidden in his coat lining against a hard week. The changer counts the coppers twice, spits, and shakes his head. He wants 12 pence for a worn thaler, 15 for a clean one. They haggle. The boy knows the rate. 11 pence for worn, 13 for clean, and says so. The changer grins, shows black teeth, takes 11 pence, and drops a worn silver coin into the boy's palm. It is cold and heavy. He hides it where no one will see. He watches from the doorway of a shabby counting house as a clerk in spectacles counts coins for a tired woman in a dark shawl. The woman has come to deposit a week's washing money, 6 shillings, perhaps 8, for safekeeping, so her husband can't find it on Saturday night.
Take care.
The clerk writes the sum in a leather ledger, licks his pen, and pushes the coins back. The woman signs with a cross. She cannot write her name. The clerk stamps the page. The boy watches and feels a thing he cannot name. He sweeps the crossing outside this same counting house every morning, and the clerks step past him without a glance. Inside, the coins are counted and protected. Outside, the mud is swept and unprotected, and the halfpenny he asks for is often refused. He turns back to his crossing. A dray horse has left a fresh pile in the path he cleared an hour ago. At 11:30, he slips behind the counting house to the backyard, where a thin, older cashier is already sitting on a wooden bench, drinking tea from a chipped tin cup. The cashier, a man named Pell, who has worked in the counting house for 30 years and earns 18 shillings a week, nods to the boy without surprise. Pell pours him a cup from a blackened tin pot. The tea is weak, lukewarm, tastes of iron. The boy drinks it in 4 swallows and holds the cup out for more. Pell pours. They talk little. Pell asks after the boy's mother, who is in the workhouse at Lambeth. The boy says she is well, which is not true. Pell nods, knowing it is not true, and changes the subject to the weather. A hard frost is coming, which means more mud, which means more crossings, which means more pennies. They sit in silence. The bell of St. Mary le Bow strikes noon. He walks back toward his crossing, after a lunch of bread and a scrape of dripping, eaten on a doorstep. At the corner of Cheapside, a tall police constable stands beside a posted broadside nailed to the brick. The blue lamp over the station door glows faintly in the midday mist. The constable watches the boy. The boy, head ducked, walks past without meeting the eye. He has been moved on before. Loitering with intent, they call it, though his intent is only to sweep. And the workhouse at Lambeth is never far from a constable's threat. The posted notice advertises a charity sermon for the relief of destitute crossing sweepers. The boy cannot read it. He sees only the woodcut of a small figure with a broom, and a line of black print he does not understand. He walks on, faster now, his broom tapping his ankle. At 2:30, a severe man in a black coat and spectacles arrives at the crossing. He is from the Society for the Suppression of Juvenile Mendicancy, and he has come to ask the boy questions. How old are you? 11. Where do you lodge? Whitechapel. Where is your father? Dead, sir, 3 years since. Where is your mother? The workhouse. How much do you earn? 6 pence on a good day, sir. 4 pence on a bad. The inspector writes each answer in a small leather notebook with a steel-nibbed pen. He does not offer the boy a coin. He asks whether the boy would like to be placed in a charity school where he would be taught to read and given his meals. The boy says, "Yes, sir." The inspector writes this too and says he will call again. He does not call again. The boy returns to his crossing and sweeps the mud a stranger has tracked across it. In the late afternoon, the boy goes to the public letter writer, who keeps a stall on the pavement near the General Post Office. The letter writer is a bearded man in a threadbare black coat. His tariff reads, letters written, 1 penny, letters read, 1 halfpenny. The boy pays a penny and dictates in a low voice a letter to his mother in the workhouse. He tells her he is well, which is a lie. He tells her he earns 6 pence a day, which is half a lie. He tells her he has a warm corner to sleep in, which is a quarter truth. He asks her not to worry, which she will do anyway. The letter writer dips his quill and forms the words in a careful clerk's hand. He does not look up. When he is finished, he folds the sheet, seals it with a wafer, and hands it to the boy. The boy takes it to the post office window and pays another penny to send it to Lambeth. At 5:30, the crossings are emptying and the light is going. The boy ducks into a recessed stone doorway off Bread Street to count the day. He crouches in the shadow, the amber of a distant gas lamp catching the edges of his coins. He has 7 pence halfpenny in coppers and 1 worn silver thaler in his coat lining. The broom cost 3 halfpence. The letter cost 2pence. The bread and dripping cost a penny halfpenny. He has spent 6pence halfpenny and earned 7pence halfpenny, and the difference is a single penny. A penny saved against a hard week, or a hard winter, or the day the crossings are too frozen to sweep. He counts the coins twice, the way the money changer counted. He does not trust the first count. He trusts the second. The first gas lamps are being lit in the distance. He pulls his coat tighter and stands. He walks home through the dusk, the broom over his shoulder. The streets are wet and quiet. A lamplighter on a tall wooden ladder is lighting a gas lamp. The flame blooms amber, and the mist around it turns gold for a moment, then grays again. He passes a baker's window, warm and bright, where the loaves are stacked in rows. The smell of new bread reaches him, and he feels the hunger again, but he does not stop. The day's penny is not for bread. He passes a Russian Orthodox procession, dark robes, a candle, a chant he does not understand, and steps aside to let them pass. He passes a public house where a man is singing badly, and another man is shouting him down. He passes a drunken woman being helped home by her daughter, who is no older than he is. The fog settles, the lamps recede. He walks on toward Whitechapel. He returns to the lodging house at 9. The keeper takes his 4pence without a word and bolts the door behind him. The room is dark, the candle on the crate already guttering low. The other shapes are already on their mattresses. The costermonger, the match seller, the old dock worker coughing. The boy lies down on his straw. He has not taken off his coat. He has not removed his cap. He holds the worn thaler in one dirty hand, the way a richer man might hold a watch, and the single penny in the other. He does not think about the day. He does not think about the inspector who will not return, or the letter he cannot read, or the mother in the workhouse who will worry. He thinks only that he has earned a penny, and that the crossings will be there in the morning. The candle gutters out. He sleeps.